In today's episode of The Tenant, I'm in Mumbai. In Mumbai, I'm in Chowpatty, a location very close to India's most famous street, Marine Drive. Our tenant today is an architect renting a home for 2,000 rupees per month. How's he doing that? What works and what doesn't? Let's meet him. Hi Ashish.
Hi Vishal, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our studio apartment.
Okay, studio.
That's Namrata.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, this does not look like a typical studio apartment.
No,
So-
it is. It's our fancy little studio apartment, I'll call it.
Fancy little studio apartment. Okay,
So
so how big is this
It's-
studio apartment?
It's around 1,000 square feet.
Okay, and this 1,000 square feet studio apartment is just 2,000 rupees rent.
Yes, this is the highest rent in this locality.
Highest rent in this location.
Yes.
How does it happen? In a city like Mumbai, where even the smallest, the worst looking apartments go for like 25,000-30,000, how does somebody pay just 2,000 and get this?
So yeah, there is a catch. We have bought this as Pagdi, and we have paid.
What is Pagdi?
Pagdi is a system where the building is owned by a landlord, and you are coming in as a tenant, and you pay upfront fee to the landlord, and then you pay some monthly rent to him, and that's how it works. So it's as simple as staying on rent, but there is an upfront amount which you have to pay.
Okay. So pay a good corpus at the beginning, and after that pay a subsidized rent.
Correct.
Okay. And for this 2,000 rupees, Namrata and Ashish, you get this, huh?
Yes.
The interiors like this?
No. So I am an architect and a designer, which that is why you see this kind of an interiors. So we have done this to our taste. It was 2 BHK earlier, which we have converted this into a studio.
In fact, when we got this, this place didn't look this fancy, and it had several partitions, so which were the ones which we could dismantle. So we made it to our taste. We like gave up on the partitions that we didn't need, and we just opened up the whole space, of course taking care of the structural bit.
So how long did this transformation take from being this place with multiple barriers to this open space that is there now?
Somewhere around 8 months is what we took to do it. We took it a little easy because this is one of our apartments which we use and stay for.
So basically you shuttle between two apartments?
Yes, we do. This is as a young couple we've dreamt of. It's like a studio where we COVID has taught us work from home at times, so we work as well at times in the night, and we also chill over here. We have got friends who are coming over, and play dates for my daughter.
So what's the typical payment structure over here like? Is it pretty much like a normal buyer seller, or there are some complications at it?
No. So out here, you will have to pay the landlord some goodwill amount. So say for example, the value of the transaction is, for example, 3 crores. So 1/3 of it, which is by the book 1/3, will go to the landlord as the goodwill, and the 2/3 part will be paid to the old tenant as a return on the corpus that they had invested. So the 3 crore will be bifurcated as 2 crores will go to the old tenant, and 1 crore is what the landlord will get as a goodwill. So essentially that's the money that the landlord will make on every time there is a transfer of a property that happens. Transfer of a tenancy right that happens.
So that's the time when the landlord makes money. That's the only time when the landlord makes real money. Otherwise he makes, like you said, 2,000 rupees, that being the highest rental on the street.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Why this location? Was this the only thing you had in mind, or you looked at other options also?
We had shortlisted a lot of locations, and they were primarily, we were looking at connectivity. We were looking at a landmark space which is very well known. Thirdly, convenience to all. Fourth, light ventilation. Fifth, there were a lot of factors which we wanted, like not too much of neighborhood, not too much of ingress outgress. We are looking at close to seaside.
So you guys are very close to Marine Drive. Do you all
Yes.
go to Marine Drive often?
No, not really, but yes, we are looking forward to go sooner.
So basically you also fall prey to that common symptom that it's so close that you think I'll go tomorrow and that tomorrow never comes.
Tomorrow never comes. Yeah.
Okay, so for this apartment, where do you guys spend most of your time? This is
That's
very
where
tastefully done.
this is the place where we chill, we listen to music, we watch our movies, Netflix, Amazon. We enjoy the space, and we also have our good dinners over here. It's an open kitchen which we have made, tastefully done how Namrata wanted it.
How much does it cost to have interiors like this for 1,000 square feet studio?
We have roughly spent around 50 lakhs.
And you've got some good high ceilings over here.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was staying in a villa earlier in my childhood, where
In Mumbai?
In Mumbai, and as redevelopment is predominantly taking since 2009 onwards, and we left that house in 2012, and I used to stay in such rooms and houses. So it has a thatched roof, and so it was always a wish to have an apartment like that.
What's the best thing about these Pagdi deals? What's the worst thing?
Because sale agreement, what happens is that a person has sold the house to you, फिर तुमको जो करना है उधर कर दो, right? But in a Pagdi arrangement, the landlord is also equally interested in his property because it belongs to him, and you are interested because you've paid a hefty corpus in the beginning. So getting to agree on those terms, I think that's the bit.
So like in a normal transaction where there are only two counterparties.
Correct.
Here it's in a way a tripartite agreement.
Yes, in some cases it's tripartite, and in some cases it could be directly with the landlord.
So tripartite will be
The
new tenant,
ex-tenant?
a new tenant, the old tenant and the landlord.
Yes.
Correct.
So tell me, do these transactions make financial sense in that way, because you have to put up a heavy corpus?
Correct.
How much is the corpus like for an apartment like this?
It was around 2 crores.
2 crore. So about, okay. So almost like 20,000 rupees per square feet is the cost, is the upfront cost for this
Correct.
to get tenancy rights.
Correct.
And did you want this model only, or you were looking at even
No, I was looking at this model only because we didn't have that much of liquidity as a young couple, and as I said that I was looking at a specific house or a specific look, an old building with staircase, with this kind of a roof, this kind of a ceiling height. We were okay to lose on parking, no lift, no such amenities.
One of the challenge I figured when I was entering this place is that the noise of the train.
Correct.
Because the station is
Yeah,
close by.
we have-
Is that a big disturbance?
Not really, because we've like we mentioned, right? So the time we saw this apartment, my biggest hesitation or the biggest argument that we had was that I didn't want to buy this space or get this space was because of the train noise. But he was very confident that once we fix the flooring, the noise is going to reduce, and that's what happened. It actually doesn't disturb.
Okay.
Trust me, you can have a very good afternoon nap and still not know that the train is passing by. Yes.
What's the thought behind the desire to have an open kitchen? Many people don't like it.
Yeah, but I really want. So whenever you have a closed kitchen, right? The perspective is that, especially with most Indian houses, is that mummy is in the kitchen or mama is in the kitchen, and so we both tend to give equal time to kitchen and making food for Natasha, and we pretty much want her to enjoy the entire process that we do of making the food or cutting the food. I mean, cutting the vegetables, etc. So that was my only thought, that I could see through it and she could also see what we are doing.
You didn't want to set up where like a kitchen is like a closed place,
Yeah.
wherein the person inside the kitchen has no idea,
What's going on
and
outside?
outside people have no idea of the struggle that goes inside the kitchen also.
Correct.
Okay, so this thing covers the kitchen. This will be the bedroom.
Correct. This is the bedroom.
Okay. This is a good, compact bedroom.
Yes, this is the Murphy bed which we have made for us to relax at times.
Okay, so this thing goes up.
This thing goes up and this thing comes down.
And this bed, good enough for the three of y'all? You, Namrata,
And
Natasha?
Natasha. Yes, it is. It fits in properly. It is a customized bed which we have made, which is wider and width-wise. It's also perfect for three of us to fit in.
Yes.
We have never faced that the bedroom is small or cramped at times, because during the day you don't use it, and it's a spacious space.
So tell me about architects. I basically read that obviously people spend some obscene amounts on getting their homes done.
Yes.
In your experience, what would be like the maximum amount somebody would have spent on getting his home done?
There are clients who buy houses of 4 CR and do interiors of 8 CR as well.
So there are people who do that as well. Huh? So basically,
yeah.
but you're saying there are clients who actually pay more on the interior than the value of the house.
Yes.
There are. Yes.
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 Okay. This thing covers your bedroom. This has a washroom.
Yes. It's a washroom.
This is a good size washroom.
Yes.
Were all these factors in the decision making for like the size
Yes,
of the bathroom?
definitely. That's you definitely.
What's the deal maker for someone who's an architect in this property?
Basic thing that there has to be an attached bathroom, one definitely, and there has to be powder toilet for guests.
I think most of the newer buildings, right, will take care of these requirements of having an attached bathroom and having a powder toilet, etc. But the old construction, this is almost 100 years old, will not have it. So we definitely,
This building is 100 years old?
yes,
Yeah, close to.
close to 100 years old.
Okay, and this thing is the work area, huh?
This is, yes, my work area where I sit and design and have my thought process run from space planning and a lot of these aspects.
And your workplace is here, just opposite him. You both sit and debate over here, or it's
Yes, that also happens, but I technically work out of this space that we saw earlier, which is our bedroom. That is my, the study desk is my work desk also. So largely whenever Natasha is here, I can spend time with her while I'm working, or she could be playing even with her friend, and I could still continue to work from there. We don't want to have more than one child, and how best can we ensure that we don't compromise on our work life and also spend time with her.
okay.
Yes.
So this part of the house is done. This will be what, the final part of the house?
Yes.
What is that?
This is the work desk for staff. This is where they work until late nights. They have meetings with the vendors, the contractors, and that is the space where the most lively through the day. There's music going on for them. There's chit chat. There's discussion. There is decisions, and
For this setup that you have, this Pagdi setup, when you were looking at options, did you ever think of an option to go out of South Bombay?
no, as I have been born and brought up over here, I have always wanted to live in South Bombay, and the kind of connectivity which this space holds is fantastic. We have got a station close by, we have got Marine Drive close by, we have got Reliance Hospital close by, Opera House is just hop, skip, jump, restaurants are buzzing until midnight.
Do you think there would have been a case where maybe instead of paying approximately the 2 crores that you paid for this,
Yeah.
and getting this Pagdi set up with 2,000 rupees rent per month, you could have maybe done a 2 crore home purchase in the suburbs without any of these complexities that are there?
I doubt so that in that price, the kind of space, the square feet which you have, I would have got the kind of height which I wanted, the kind of largeness it gives, the kind of neighborhood which I stay in. Maybe for a split second we might have even thought of it, but not really. We didn't think that we would ever get one.
And I think it's the way Ashish talks, usko sobo mein hi rehna tha. Usko suburbs is a different city altogether for him.
Yes.
Do you feel like a owner or like a tenant living over here? Because in a way you can be described a quasi owner or a quasi tenant. right? You have some features of an owner because of the upfront payment you do.
Correct.
But you're paying rent every month, so you're also a quasi-tenant.
I would say that it's as good as an owner only, because it's not like the tenant in any other apartment where you guys are given a notice of a month or 3 and you have to move out. It does not work in this arrangement. It is as good as a lifetime home for you.
Okay, what's the next step for you guys? You said that this is not a typical leave and license thing where after 1 month or 3 months, if the landlord asks you to vacate, you have to. So I'm guessing this is your, in a way, final base. या कुछ और भी plan है?
No, pretty much this.
Pretty much this. Maybe if I have to, maybe for our daughter, maybe we will get into a tower where amenities are going to be a concern when she grows bigger.
Okay, but you don't want to be in the situation of after this being on a conventional rent system. If you move from here, it will be for buying only.
Yes, it will be surely for buying purposes.
Okay, on that note, Ashish and Namrata, thank you for coming on the Tenant
Thank you so
at
much. 2,000
rupees per month. Yes, she's been, but of course, like you said, there are a lot more things that come with it.
Yes, it does.
Good luck for the future.
Thank you so much.
Time for the report card. This is a spacious studio apartment that's been converted in a very artistic fashion in an old building. Location, this is in South Bombay, Chowpatty, one of the most prominent landmarks of the city, very close to Marine Drive, has a lot of conveniences around from schools, hospitals. Connectivity, very well connected to the railway route. There's a station close by. There's no metro connectivity, but road transport to areas like South Bombay, be it Fort or Nariman Point, as well as Central Bombay like Lower Parel, very well connected. All in all, if you're a person that wants to be in this sort of a location, wants to take up a complex route like the Pagdi system, which is different from the typical leave and license approach, this is a sort of project and location that can be considered. Are you looking for the perfect home? Stop looking around, scan the QR code and explore from thousands of rental properties, read resident reviews and make an informed decision with 99acres.com.